Hi, welcome to Mindful Healthy Habits with Kevin. This is lesson 4 of a series that will help you live your best life. Today we're going to talk about a breathing technique that you can do on your own or in public, in front of everyone, like a mindful ninja. This breathing technique will allow you to slow down your busy thoughts, bring your breath back into balance, and to allow yourself to settle. When you're feeling that anxiety, when you're feeling off, and your levels aren't where you want them to be, you can use this breathing technique to help slow down the momentum of the anxiety or the reason, the feeling that you're off. And it can help you to bring your levels back up to a 7 or an 8. In previous lessons, I had talked about your levels from 1 to 10, 1 being the worst day ever, all the way up to a 10 being the best day ever. And there's everything in between. We don't typically live our day-to-day, everyday life in a 1 or a 2, or a 9 or a 10. Those are kind of special days. Those are one-offs. Typically, we're between anywhere from 3 to 8. And 7 and 8 is kind of that sweet spot. That's where you want to be on any given day. If your levels drop and you feel like you're a 4 or a 5, you have the tools. You have the confidence to bring yourself back up to a 7 or an 8 almost instantly. That's what these lessons are going to teach you how to do, is to go out into the real world, into the wild, and be able to live your life and have confidence that no matter what happens, no matter who cuts me off in traffic, no matter who annoys me, no matter what thoughts are going on in my consciousness, I have the ability to say, no, I am staying at a 7 or an 8 right now. I'm not thinking negative thoughts. I'm going to let those pass by. I'm going to replace them with positive thoughts. I'm going to go to my breath whenever I need. I'm going to do some self-soothing techniques whenever I need in real time. I'm not going to wait till the end of the day to kind of settle myself with an hour-long meditation. I'm going to take mindfulness breaks throughout the day. Throughout the day, I'm going to take these breaks. And then when you sit down at the end of the day for your meditation, things haven't built up throughout the day. You're able to settle a lot quicker and a lot easier. And your day-to-day life, your day-to-day interactions with people will be way more positive because you have that control. You have that confidence that if someone says something that bugs me, I'm gonna go to one of my techniques and I'm going to move on. It's like looking at the sun. You don't stare at the sun. You kind of glance away from it. And whenever something happens throughout the day, you kind of deflect it. You kind of say, no, I'm not going to think that right now. That's not going to help me where I'm at right now. Or if I'm feeling off, I'm feeling like emotional, I can go to one of my techniques to start to slow that momentum down and bring myself back to a level that I'm more comfortable with. Today's technique is called the Ujjayi Breath. And it's a technique that once you learn this breath, it opens up so many different variations of breathing. And then you get to pick the variation that really resonates with you. Everybody's different. All these breaths, they have so many benefits, but some people just don't. It just doesn't sit with them. So when you learn the Ujjayi breath, there's going to be a lot of different variations that you can learn and you can use in real life, whether you're on your own or like a mindful ninja out in public and nobody even knows you're doing it. So the Ujjayi breath is kind of the constricted breathing in the back of your throat. So to practice and just to warm up, just pretend that your hand is a mirror and you're fogging up a mirror. So you take a deep inhale and on your exhale, so you're fogging up the mirror, you can feel your breath on your hand. Now do that again, but extend that exhale a little longer. So take a deep inhale. Good. It takes some practice, but you can get your Ujjayi breath to go to a 5 or a 6, 7, 8 count. Sometimes I can get up to a 10 or a 12 count once my lungs are warmed up and once I'm warmed up. Now you're going to do that, but you're going to close your mouth. So you're going to breathe and constrict through the back of your throat, but you're going to close your mouth. So take a deep inhale. It's like you're trying to fog up the mirror, but you do it with your mouth closed. And now you're breathing in the back of your throat and you kind of sound like Darth Vader. You have that deep breath, that sound in the back of your throat. Now you can do this on your own and make that soothing sound. That sound is very relaxing as well. It's kind of like sometimes they call it the ocean breath, where you can feel and sound. The sound of the breath just is amazing. If you're out in public and you want to be a mindful ninja, you can do the same breath. Just slower, more controlled, and without the sound. Nobody even knows you're doing it, but your chest is expanding and lowering. You can do that in public anytime you want. With the Ujjayi breath comes lots of different variations. Kind of the general rule, if you want to relax, if you want to settle down, you extend your exhale a little bit longer than your inhale. That will allow your mind and your body to relax. Okay? Your parasympathetic system kicks in and you start to relax. Now, it may not happen immediately. There is a little bit of a delayed effect. So when you're feeling anxiety and you're feeling off, you're kind of moving, your momentum's moving in one direction. As soon as you start to do these breathing techniques, there's a little bit of a U-turn, right? You start to feel a little better. You slow down that momentum, and then you're on your path to feeling more relaxed, more yourself. But there is that little delay effect, that momentum kind of changing. So be patient, use your techniques, use your breathing, and just know I've slowed down the momentum. You realize that you can feel it right away. I've slowed down the momentum and I'm starting to feel better, and you have that confidence. So let's do a round here. I always start with an awareness breath. A deep inhale through the nose, exhale through the mouth. This is your awareness breath. I'm aware that my levels are off and I want to breathe. Maybe your levels aren't off. Maybe you're still at a 7 or 8, but you still want to breathe. You still want to maintain that wonderful feeling. So take an awareness breath and then do a couple of deep rounds of Ujjayi. Don't worry about the count right now. We'll get into that in a different lesson. Just breathe for as long as you're comfortable with. And then breathe out as long as you're comfortable with. And then start to realize that, okay, my exhale has to be just a little bit longer than my inhale. There's different variations of these breaths. Equal ratio breathing, box breathing, Kriya breathing. There's different versions of this. Right now, just use your Ujjayi breath to start to slow down the momentum of your anxiety, of the feeling of being off. This helps slow down your busy thoughts sometimes too. Taking a few rounds of Ujjayi. I've even done it while I'm speaking to somebody, like a mindful ninja. So as they speak, I take my breath. And then as I speak, obviously, I breathe normally as I speak. But when there's gaps in the conversation or the other person is talking and I'm listening, I'm still doing my breath. So I'm kind of multitasking. I'm breathing, but I'm listening at the same time. And it helps me to focus in. It really does. It helps me focus in on the conversation. Helps me focus in on what the person is saying, staying present with that conversation. But I'm breathing. I'm doing my technique at the same time. You can do this technique while you're waiting in line, while you're in a meeting, watching a video. Use it however and whenever you need. And just remember that no matter what happens in the world, you have these tools. You have the knowledge and the confidence to bring yourself back to a level that you're more comfortable with. I hope you found some benefit with this technique. The only way you're going to know if it works is if you go out and practice it in real time, using real life situations to signal that, hey, I need to breathe right now. I got these really annoying thoughts and I want to settle. I want them to just pass by. I don't want them to control me anymore. Use these techniques whenever you need. And I hope you have an amazing day. Thank you.